We're back. 2 videos this week. How did we get so lucky? So we're back with our 10 favorite books of all time, part 2. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, go back, watch that video, either before or after this one, so you can see all 10 of our favorite books of all time so far.
Yep. So these are going to be our top 5 out of those 10.
I know. So we did 10 down to 6 last video. Now we're doing our top 5 favorite books of all time. So that's a pretty big. It's a pretty big thing.
As we talked about last time, it was definitely hard for me because the volume of books that I've read like over the years is a lot. So there's still plenty of great books that I've read that I wish I could have included. But since we were only doing 10, I had to narrow it down somehow.
Yes. Maybe we can do a video with some of our
just some other
runner-ups.
Almost
runner-ups. I want to talk about one book quick that I talked about last week because I did finish it and I wanted to let you guys know what I ended up reviewing it. It was Orbital by Samantha Harvey. I actually ended up giving it 2 stars.
I think I convinced him.
That honestly, I've never given a book 2 stars before. That was the worst rating I've ever given a book. And I feel bad about it. I really do, but it had to be done. I honestly thought I was just not getting it or something. I couldn't understand the story. But after going back and reading all the Goodreads reviews, I felt a lot better because
You are not alone.
There was a lot of people saying it just didn't make sense. It was boring. It was hard to get into. It had no point. And so I did give it 2 stars.
The cover deserves more stars than that, but
it's a great book. I mean, there's plenty of stars in the galaxy.
Yeah, a great book for other people, not for you.
I mean, apparently it's not though, I know. People are kind of wondering why it won the Booker Prize and wondering if people who, voted for it actually read the book.
I mean, that's a fair question, but
so I'm sorry. I feel bad. I'm sorry about it. I'm glad I finished it. I'm glad I didn't DNF it, but 2 stars, I mean, that's too bad.
Yeah.
So.
But we don't really have anything else to update since we came on so recently. So he happened to finish that, but I've not finished anything since the last time we were on, but we're both reading things, probably the same things.
I'm excited to jump into my other book, and we're going to hop into a question. I got to do my question, and then we're going to get to the chase here.
Yeah.
Top 5 books of all time.
Yes.
Wednesday was my birthday, so if you want to send me a happy birthday in the comments, that'd be great. And guess how old I am. I like that.
Oh, I mean, I think I gave it away on Instagram, but...
I know.
Yeah.
Comment below how old you think I am. I'm either going to be very impressed or very sad.
I bet people could get pretty close.
That's right.
Maybe.
So the question for tonight is, it's very simple. Hardcover or paperback? What do you go for? What is your go-to when you're shopping? I know obviously hardcovers cost more, but they
look very nice.
They do display better. I mean, I feel like paperback is easier to read.
Yeah.
For me personally, I mean, we obviously buy both. What would you say you prefer though?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say because I think it just depends on what book I want to read next, and I don't really care if it's hardcover or paperback.
If you're buying.
But if I'm buying?
Like if you're going to the bookstore to buy a book, are you going to buy the hardcover or are you going to buy the paperback? Or softback? Does people call it?
Soft cover.
People
either say soft cover or paperback.
I've heard...
Or people say hardback or hardcover.
Paperback or hardback.
I think it depends on...
What do you say?
I feel like it's like the difference between the UK and here, but possibly other places call it something different. I say paperback or hardcover.
Yeah. So just let me know. What do you prefer?
I would say if I had to absolutely choose, I prefer a nice hardcover.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really love the cost difference, but I think it's worth it because it's a lovely book and it's a book that'll look really nice on your shelf. And so to me, it's always worth the cost. But
for sure. But yeah.
Like certain books, I'm not willing to wait till the paperback is available. So like a lot of books release as a hardcover first, and then it takes like a year for the paperback edition to come out.
Yes.
And I'm like, nope, not waiting for that. So I just get, just get the hardcover.
Yeah. What about if you own a series?
Yeah.
Do you want them all to match? Like we love our books to match. They don't always
not
do.
Always.
But if you got 2 paperbacks and then like you get the third book's a hardcover,
But that's what I'm saying.
Does that bother you?
So for me, Emily Henry, for example, I wasn't into her when she first released like her first couple of books.
Yeah.
So of course her paperbacks for those particular books were available. So I own all of her books. So I went and got those, like the paperback versions, but then obviously when I became a fan and she was continuing to release books, well, they released them in hardcover. And I'm like, I'm not waiting a whole year to get the paperback to match my other ones.
That's just mean though.
So I'm like, So my whole collection of hers don't match, and I'm not that bothered by it.
Yeah, that's just rude.
Honestly, some people are though. Like I think what some people do is they get it from the library because they don't want to wait to read it, but then they buy the paperback to match their other ones when it comes out. That's what I've heard of people doing.
And we honestly, like our shelf behind us is almost exclusively hardcovers. We have 2 other shelves, one to my right here. We have one upstairs. Those are mostly paperbacks. So we kind of keep them separate.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, we got a pretty crazy system at our house. Like upstairs in our reading nook.
Well, those are all mixed.
Those are all books that we have read.
One of us or both of us have read.
Like we got our books sorted. Someone asked about how we sort our books, and I was trying to explain the system, and it's super confusing.
But otherwise, we don't have a certain organization though as far as what books are by each other, unless they're like the same author or something like that. But
our system works, but it's weird.
And then we have all of our aardvark ones next to each other and book of the month.
Someone's like, all your books are the exact same height. I'm like,
because they're from books
from the same place. Yeah. So let us know, hardcover, paperback, hardback, paper cover.
Or are you just an equal opportunist?
Or like, do you not care? Maybe you don't even care.
Yeah.
If you like the book, you'll buy it. Doesn't matter. Whatever way you find it is going to work for you.
Yep.
But let's do it. Let's jump into our top 5 books of all time. So we're going to count down with our 5th book. Countdown, alternate, 4, 5.
Yep.
4, 3, 2, and then we'll end with our favorite books of all time. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Broken Country is my number 5 by Claire Leslie Hall. I'm sure you've seen a lot about this book. There's a reason why. It does have, Reese's stamp of approval on it. So this is a Reese's Book Club pick. This is a book that when I started reading it, I definitely did not want to put it down. I was so engrossed in it. It's really not that long of a book either. I want to say it's like just over 300 pages maybe. Yeah, literally just over 300. It's like 302.
That's a really good length.
303.
Perfect length.
Yeah, I think so. That's like a great average page number. And the chapters were super short. We both love our short chapters. So yeah, I flew through this. This is like a genre bending novel, I would say. It's got like some courtroom mystery in it. It's like a family saga drama, lots of trauma happening in this book. I don't really want to give anything away. If you've read it, you obviously know what I'm talking about, but I feel like sometimes books are kind of fun to go into blindly as well. But yeah, I loved it. I mean, there's definitely some aspects to it and some topics that could be controversial or somebody maybe turned off to reading it. So if you do have specific questions and you don't mind slight spoilers about content, at least I wouldn't give away specifics. Obviously let me know, comment on here, or if you follow us on Instagram, feel free to shoot me a message. But yeah, I just overall don't want to give anything away. But yeah, it starts off kind of with a bang. It just really hits you right away.
As it should.
Yes. The first sentence, I mean, I won't read it to you. You just got to read it for yourself. But yeah, I believe this time hops a little bit. Yeah, it does. It takes place in the 1950s, 60s. Yeah, but I loved how it flowed, and it was excellent. So good. If I could have been patient a little bit longer and could have read it with my book club, I feel like this would make a really excellent book club choice. So if you are looking for something that would create a lot of really good discussion, I would highly recommend it, or maybe just buddy reading it with one other person. But I did have plenty of people to talk about it with, I feel on Instagram, because I did have quite a few people reading it around when I did. But highly recommend. I really enjoyed it. I would say most reviews I see are good, but I've seen a couple that people are like, I didn't really care for it. It's interesting that Delia Owens, the author of Where the Crawdads Sing, like says something about it, because I do feel like there may be like some similarities, I guess I could see.
So if you liked that one.
Yeah, so if you liked that,
you may like this one.
Maybe enjoy this one too. I mean, they're not like identical by any means, which no book should be, but I feel like I saw some like, similarities with like the writing style and like just some of the some of the things.
And you've recommended that book to a lot of people.
Yeah, I loved Where the Crawdads Sing, and the movie adaptation was phenomenal for that one too. You watched it with me. You didn't read the book, but you watched the movie.
I did. I
liked it, right?
I watched it with you, yes.
Yeah, and I hope they make a movie or a series or something on Broken Country, because I bet it would be captivating for many people. So.
All right, let's jump into my number 5 pick.
All right.
It is this book here. I'm going to raise it up very slowly, so it's like suspenseful. It's like dun, 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 dun. It's The One by John Mars. This book I read fairly recently, actually, and I loved it. I thought I was really into this book, and it is a longer book. This is one of the longer books I've actually read. I don't read a lot of long books because I get scared of them. This one's just almost 440 pages. But what I like about John Mars, super short chapter. I think the longest chapter, like this book has like over 100 chapters. So like each chapter is like 1 to 3 pages, which is amazing. And what's cool about this book, it actually is told from 5 perspectives, which I was a little intimidated by, but it ended up being really, really, really good. And the way he writes, where every end of chapter is just on a little cliffhanger, and you have to get through the next 4 perspectives to get back to the perspective you're reading. But this actually is about a matchmaking website where they actually use your DNA to match you with the one, like the perfect person for you. I won't say any more, but so the 5 perspectives, they're all very different, but they're all really, really, really good. I would say 2 of the perspectives I was more invested in, but each story was really excellent. And I was blown away. It flowed so well. It was such a fast read. This is a great book. And this is part of a whole series. This is the first book in the series. So if you want to start reading John Mars, the series, this is the one to start with. And this may be a good book to get into him with. Yeah. I've read 2 of his books. I got a few more I want to read soon. But this has been my favorite so far. The other one was excellent too. So that could be like a, runner-up. Runner-up. But that's such a clever idea, really awesome, and there's tons of twists. What's cool about John Mars, he doesn't just wait till the end for the twist. He's just like, they're everywhere. It's like every chapter is a cliffhanger, and that's why his books are so easy to read, because you want to just keep going and going and going. So, come on, this is the one book for you. See that?
I like it. In the number 5 slot.
I know. If it was number 1, that'd be better, but this is the one.
A few more beat it out.
Number 5 book for me.
Next up for me is What Happened to the McRaes by Tracy Lang. So this is my number 4 choice. I had a hard time deciding between Broken Country and this one of like which spot they were going to take, but they're pretty darn close.
That one won?
This one beat it out, by a little bit here. These are both, this year reads, and this is one I read, this is one of the first books I read in 2025.
You're right.
And I remember saying to you that I was like, this is going to be one of my favorite books of the entire year. And I literally had just read it at the beginning of the year. So, and here we are, almost September, and that still holds true because it's in my top 5 books of all time, not just...
What about for the year?
What I'm saying, that it wasn't just for this year. It's all time.
Where is it falling for the favorite book of the year so far? Year?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
it's up there.
It's probably got to be in the. Oh well, I mean, it could be different than some of these because these are for all time.
Correct.
But because Broken Country in this one for sure. But she does a really good job. With her characters, I would just say they're very character driven novels. They're not fast paced, but yet it's so enthralling that I, got through it pretty quickly because I just loved the story so much.
Yeah.
I mean, her books aren't really so much happy. There's a lot of like family troubles, drama, that kind of thing, but she does it so well. And like, I mean, I would say that the books end on a like happier note, but it takes a little bit to get there. But yeah, if you like small town, stories, hockey, there's like a middle school hockey team that's kind of a big part of the story, but I just really felt super connected to these characters and like they were, my own family. I just, cared about them so deeply. And yeah, this one pretty sad, I would say. So you have to probably be in the right mindset for it, but it definitely worked for me.
Love it.
Really, really loved that one. She can't do wrong in my book. I've read all of her books so far, so I'm a big Tracy Lang fan.
I love it. So my next book is, if you watch some of our like past like 3 or 4 episodes, you may have a hint of what this one's gonna be, because I gave a taste of what it might be in my number 4 spot, and I just finished it recently. It is called Aftertaste by Daria Lavelle. So I've talked about this book a lot because I was just reading it, and this was one of the books that when I was reading it, I knew it was going to be up there for me in my favorite books of all time, because it was so engrossing, and it was taste delicious. Chef's kiss, as I said in my review on Goodreads. Very, very clever idea for a book. If you love foodie books, cooking,
beverages, I feel like it's mostly food.
I mean, honestly, this book talks a lot about being a chef and about eating and about certain foods, and especially certain foods in different countries, which was so good. And what's great about this book, there's a ghostly element too, and that's a big part of the book, where the chef, his name's Kostya, he is able to taste these aftertastes. And what they do is, if he makes them, he can actually bring back to life a ghost. And he can reunite the ghost with the person that the ghost is linked to, and they can share one last meal or drink together. So he opens a restaurant.
It's such an interesting concept.
He opens a restaurant, and things don't go exactly the way he planned. There's a love story too. He does meet a very wonderful woman, and they change both their lives through the restaurant and through these aftertastes, and such a brilliant concept. I did hear it is going to be maybe on TV.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So this is a book I think you should check out. Even if you don't like really into food, it's a great read. Really engrossing, really well written, extremely unique. But I was so into it. I don't think there's been a book I've read in a long time where when I was reading it, I was so invested into it, and like I was there. It definitely wasn't Orbital. It was this one, Aftertaste. Try to find this book, pick it up, read it. Let me know what you think.
I did the audiobook, and I really wish I would have. Well, I read some of it physically, but I think I want to do a reread, and I would read it from start to finish physically. Yeah. Because I found myself like I liked the audiobook, but I felt like I needed to be no distractions whatsoever and sit down and read it, because I probably would have enjoyed it more. Sometimes an audiobook is what makes me like a book more, because I'm having a hard time getting into the physical book. Yeah. But I at first thought we'd be kind of like going at the same time, which is why I just decided to go for it on audio, because I thought he'd be wanting to read it. But I had finished it before he picked up the physical book, so I could have read it physically. And
this is a signed copy, which is cool. She's been a really great author. She's been in contact with us. She
actually gave me the audiobook download for free, which was super kind. So, yeah.
So give this one a whirl. And what's crazy, this book does not have short chapters. Not at all.
Super short.
And I still loved it that much.
Yeah. So there you go. That doesn't always have to be short.
That is a huge. So yeah, pick up this delicious book. Eat your heart out.
Yeah, it's been getting a lot of praise for
tons of buzz.
Yep. So there's a good reason.
A lot of salt.
You gonna come up with some other ones?
Well, that's part of the book. It
is.
They talk a lot about salt.
Yes,
it's a good thing. Salt.
Next up for me is number 3, Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. She is an auto-buy author for me. She's one of my favorite authors, hands down. There's only one book that I've read by her so far that I gave like 3 stars. Otherwise, they've all been 4 or 5 for sure. Yeah, and this book I will never shut up about. So it was in my number 1 spot for her books until I read something else, which I don't want to.
What could that be?
Give anything away here. But this book is incredible. I love the format of it. It's like told through interviews primarily of like all the different band members. So it was the first time I ever read a book in that format, and it was just really, really fun and made for a fast read too. Like I just feel like it flowed very well.
Yep.
And it was very interesting because you got to hear from a bunch of different perspectives, but it was an interview. So they're all being interviewed like after the fact of like when they were this really popular band. But yeah, sex, drug, and rock and roll basically is what this, what did I say? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And like, yeah, if you love the 70s era, the music of that time, like even if you don't, I feel like it's still just like a really compelling character driven read.
Yeah.
I mean, she, in my opinion, does no wrong. And yeah, you know what is super cool if you didn't know this? I mean, yes, they came out with the series on Prime, which Corey watched with me too.
Series
has
good.
not read the book,
Series is good.
But liked the show. That was really fun. And this fictional band that she came up with actually recorded music. And so we have the music on vinyl, which is so cool.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's like, the music is phenomenal. So it was like these were all songs that she talks about in the book, and then they became like real songs that you can listen to.
Created a band.
Like, how cool is
really
that?
Cool.
Like, so, what is her name? The actress who played Daisy. She's Elvis's granddaughter.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Kylie or. Right, I don't know what it is, but Kyo or something is her last name. I'm blanking on the first name, but
Riley.
She did an incredible job as Daisy, I thought.
Correct.
And then clearly it runs in the family because she's got a great voice, like her late grandfather Elvis. So, yeah. So highly recommend if you've not.
Well, she's Lisa Marie Presley's daughter.
Yes. But yeah. But Elvis's granddaughter.
And that's a book too. If you want to do audio, it does have a cast.
Yes, I've done both.
So
I read the physical book first, and then I did it as a reread on audio. And yes, it is like a full cast for the narrators.
Yeah, so it's like you're listening to.
It's almost like you're listening to the show or a movie in your ears, and
pretty.
So either way is a great way to go. Or if you like to do immersive, reading, you could do it that way.
That would be fun.
That would probably be a pretty fun experience
to do that. All right.
You can tell how much I love that one.
Yeah. You won't shut up about it, like you said.
I told you.
You promised you wouldn't shut up
nope.
about it. So. All right, next for me is a book I've actually talked about in a little while. So I read it. I think I read it earlier this year.
Yeah, it was this year.
But this was a book that when I saw it with the Aardvark Book Club, I was like, I'm gonna like this book without even having it yet. I'm like, I'm gonna like this book because it's written in a style. It's like it's about a lot of things I like. It's called Dead Money by Jacob Kerr. So this is considered a Silicon Valley thriller. I would say it's definitely more of a mystery. It's more of a whodunit. Really focused on the detective work of looking into who did it. But it follows this made up Silicon Valley startup, and the CEO is found not with them anymore. And it's kind of looking around and trying to figure out what's going on, like who did it, why, what's the motive, and just really cool book. I am very into that kind of a scene, rich people not making it, but yeah. So if you may have never even heard of this book. I feel like I haven't seen a lot about it. I've seen a little bit of buzz about it. But if you're into thrillers, if you're into mystery, if you're into Silicon Valley, if you're into like, I don't know,
finance world.
Yeah,
like,
it takes place in San Francisco, like a lot of those Silicon Valley things. But I liked it. This was a book that I feel like was written for me to read. I enjoyed it. Another larger book. So I've read some larger books here. I know.
It can be done.
If
it's the right author and the right story, then yep.
But I got through this one really quickly. I really enjoyed it. It's living with me.
Yeah.
This book's living with me. I really enjoy it. So try to find this book. You can't get it through Aardvark anymore, unfortunately.
It's sold out. Yeah.
It was popular enough, but I would give it a whirl. If you're into detective thrillers, for sure, because they dig deep. The detective work digs really deep, and the characters are awesome. I really like the main characters, the detectives that are looking into the case.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Check it out. I mean,
it's one that I still want to read too.
I don't have any wordplay for it because it's that good, like, yeah.
Nope,
you can like put your stock in this book.
There you go.
I don't know.
That'll work.
Just forget I said. But check it out, read it.
I'm really liking how very different our lineups are.
I know.
You know what's funny is for somebody who's like so like into thrillers for so long, me, I feel like I've really like changed my tune more recently. I don't know. It doesn't mean that I haven't read good thrillers, but they've not beat out the ones that I'm talking about right now.
I mean, it happens.
Mine are all like very like contemporary fiction or like literary fiction. I do have a rom-com here that I'm going to show next, but I don't know. My tastes have maybe changed a little bit.
That's fine. That's what's good about reading.
But this is Funny Story by Emily Henry. I have read this book 3 times since it came out last year.
That's
amazing.
So
if that tells you anything, I read it twice physically, like very close together. So it came out in April of last year. I read it again in June of last year. Then I gave it a whirl on audio this year, and I loved the audio version as well. I've clearly not gotten sick of it yet. So this is by far still my favorite Emily Henry book, and especially because it's in the number 2 spot of favorite books of all time. Yeah, so if that tells you anything. I don't reread books very often, so that is how much I love this one.
It's amazing.
So good. Miles still to this day is probably my favorite fictional book boyfriend. I did really like Daphne, the main female character in this one too. She works at a library, which is kind of fun. And like it takes place in Michigan, in a fictional city in Michigan. I feel like she made that up. Waning Bay. But yeah, what was fun is last year when I read it for the second time, I read it on a trip to Michigan. So it felt very fitting to read it while I was in Michigan with his mom and sisters. And that was fun. But yeah, I love this story. It really, really worked for me. They're like kind of like roommates / friends to lovers is what the trope is for this one. So the premise is they both get dumped by their significant others, and she ends up needing a place to go because it was her fiance. They were about ready to get married, and he like kicks her out, and so she winds up on Miles' doorstep, and so they're both kind of like grieving their past relationships, but turns into I'm not giving anything
Don't
away.
Spoil it.
Well, I just said roommates / friends to lovers. So, yeah, they're not roommates, friends / they don't end up together.
Oh, no.
But no.
That's not a good trope.
No, it wouldn't be. That would be a very sad story, not a funny story. There we go.
See, you can do it too.
I can do it too.
You got it. All right, my number 2 book should come to no surprise to anybody because I've talked about it a lot, especially last year. If you watched any of our videos from last year, we used to do one that you won't. We used to do a different series called Beer and Books, or Let's Talk Books. And I talked about this book a lot, and it was actually my number 1 book from last year. I liked it that much, but it ended up at number 2. It is The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim. Really good book, really different. I would say not as gruesome as you would imagine it would be. It really does focus more on the main character's life and her family and her sister and just friendship. But it does obviously have a little bit of an element of surprise to it. Because she develops a very unusual craving and she uses it, I don't know if to her advantage or just...
Yeah, I don't know.
But what's cool about this book, and it kind of surprised me, was the twist ending.
Yeah, it did.
I did not see it coming. I was blown away.
It did have a good ending.
But I was very, very shocked. I was like, wow, that's amazing. Really good book. I got through it really easily.
Yeah, it's a shorter book.
Yeah,
I think there was short chapters.
This one is a little shorter, but just really great idea for a book.
Yeah, I've also read it.
So don't let the cover turn you off or anything. You know, it obviously does have some of that, but
something that could make you squeamish, but I don't think it's
the detail isn't that crazy. But it obviously you can understand. You can understand what it's about. You got the chopsticks. You got the eyeball. But there is a lot more to it than that.
Yes, I feel like it's very deep actually. Like
it
I
is.
just felt like her writing was phenomenal.
Yeah,
I'm still amazed that this is a debut.
I know. I hope she writes something else because this book was so great, and I would love to read another book by her.
Yeah.
So, give this one a whirl. You can find this book around. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you mistake the cover?
Yeah.
This book is the best book.
Almost.
For my eyes.
Oh yeah. You have one more.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that book.
One of the best.
One of the best. Everyone that I've actually gotten a lot of people to read that book. Just kind of talk about it so much, and I believe most people have enjoyed it. I know, Katie, you liked it.
And then my really good friend, I think, she even picked it out herself, I think, from Aardvark too. She did like 1 month of Aardvark, and she picked it out and really liked it too.
And she's very picky.
She's picky, so
she's picky. Yeah.
If that helps you, she's a tough critic. So
yeah. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that book if you read it or if you're gonna pick it up, because man, it was awesome. All right, so we're down. We're down to number.
You gotta do a drum roll.
Down to our number 1 book. Should I do it?
Sorry, Melvin.
We scared our dog a little bit.
Freaked out a little bit. All right.
That was a really bad drum roll.
That was pretty bad. My number 1 is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So
again?
not only did she have a number 3 spot, but the number 1 spot. So I really love her as an author. And I did read this one very recently. I know that obviously something else could take the place at some point. But as of right now, this is the best book I've ever read.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. I went back and forth between like wanting to just devour it to actually intentionally taking my time with it.
Savoring it.
So I didn't actually go through it super fast because I just was like thoroughly enjoying it. And I like was actually going to be really sad when it was over.
Yep.
So I feel like that's how you know you're thoroughly loving a book too, is if you're like, yeah, I like can't wait to see what's happening next, and I'm loving it so much, but also I'm loving it so much that like I'm gonna be sad when it's over. Like that's how I felt about this one. And I will reread this one, absolutely. I don't know how soon I will, but it'll be a reread for me for sure. And I did a combo of the audiobook and the physical, and I loved jumping back and forth because when I painfully had to put the physical book down because life, I was able to then continue to listen if I like needed to do chores or run an errand or something like that. And it was a very enjoyable experience both ways. I love the detail on the cover of this book too, by the way. You can see like the rocket and like the reflection of her sunglasses. But she was a really compelling character. Joan and her relationship, especially with her niece, was incredible. I loved that part of the story, and like her and her fellow like crew members. I felt like she did an incredible job writing the side characters too. This is a queer love story. It does say a love story on here. So this was, I think I might have said this a different time, but felt like lots of people were confused for some reason when they picked it up and thought that it was going to be more of like a thriller and like all this space stuff, which it does have the space stuff, and it has some like, oh my gosh, like some tense moments and all of that, but at the heart of it, it is a love story.
It says love story on it.
Right here. I know it's small, but it does say that.
You looked past it. They're thinking like Top Gun or what?
So, but I mean, I think it has Top Gun, vibes for sure, but like it's got it all. It's got like the space, aspect if you're interested in that. But it is like, I feel like a love story between her and her niece, and a love story between her and another woman that she meets on the crew. And it was so well done. Like all the love.
And that's a signed copy too.
Oh yes,
that's
I should show
pretty
you.
Awesome.
Yep, signed copy. And look at how pretty the inside is right there too. The end papers is what that's called. So yeah, signed copy. That's awesome. Yep.
So yeah, if you need a suggestion for a book,
this is it.
Katie liked it that much, and she has read some books. So
I loved it so much.
All right. On to my number one pick. It's actually very, very, very different from the previous four I have shown.
I was wondering if it was. I thought it would for sure end up in your top 10, but I didn't know if it would get number one.
And I actually read this book over 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah,
which
slightly
is,
over 2 years ago. That's when you got back into reading.
I know. So you may know what I'm talking about. You may have seen me talk about this book before, and it is actually another love story. I just talked about it fairly recently, but it's called Shark Heart by Emily Haybeck. Another love story. Really? So this book, the reason it's in my top number one is that it just holds a very special place in my heart because this is the book that got me back into reading. So I'm never going to forget about it. And I'm glad this was the book I picked up because I'm thinking if I read a different book or maybe a book that wasn't as good, I may not be here right now doing these videos because
right book at the right time.
Because this is the book I needed. I enjoyed it. I got through it fairly quickly.
I feel like the format of the book helped you too.
It
because
did.
It wasn't as intimidating for you to read it.
And it has stuck with me and it wanted me to continue reading. So I'm very attached to this book. It's like it's gonna live into my heart forever.
Yeah.
But it's just a really, really excellent book. So it's got a lot to it. It's a love story between husband and wife, but also between mother and daughter and mother and daughter again.
Yep.
And what's a really crazy part about this book is it involves mutation.
Which is what I think got you the most interested in it in the first place.
That is what, it is what drew me to the book.
Because when people found out he was reading it, they're like, really? And like that it's a love story. So it does say that on the front, but like I think you had hoped it would cover more of like the shark mutation aspect.
It did.
But then you still were satisfied with it overall.
Yes.
Yeah.
I started off with the mutation, but
it just wasn't what you thought.
There's like multiple mutations, but the main one is the main character's husband just gradually is turning into a great white shark, and he eventually has to be released. And so it is
I feel
heartbreaking.
It's almost like magical realism a little bit, because I wouldn't call it full blown fantasy, but like
but there is
like
also mutation in it, which it's a very small part of the book. So if you read the synopsis, you'll think it's a bigger part, but it actually is a very small part of the book because it does focus a lot on the love story. And what's great about this book, it is written in the format of a script, a play.
Doesn't she have theater background herself? I feel like the author.
So it is written like there are scenes, and a lot of the pages are very short.
Like, look at this is like all there is.
Like it's like so it's written like it'd be like you're reading a playwright. And so really the format was so cool. So when I thought it is a longer book, but it reads really like a shorter book because some of the pages are so short. Yeah. So a great format, great book. You got to read this one. Katie loved it too. As well. If you need something different but just emotionally excellent, grab this book.
And look at how pretty the cover is too. And there's a purple cover out there too in paperback. So if you do like those paperbacks, you get the purple background with the same pretty shark on the front. But yeah, it's been over 2 years now. Well, August of 2023, she has not come out with another book, and I'm like waiting.
I know, I gotta talk to her.
Because man, I really loved it.
Hopefully she's working on something else, but so I love this book so much, and it's my favorite book of forever so far. We'll see if someone beats it out. But I think it's one of those things that
it's like a sentimental thing.
It's very sentimental. It's gonna take a very, very, very good book to beat it out. It could happen. So if that happens,
this would fall into a runner-up for me because I loved it a lot as well. It would be very close to making it into my top 10, but just didn't quite. But
so very cool. So there you have it.
We did it.
Those are our top 10 books. So make sure you watch both parts of this video to see both of our top 10 books of all time, so far. Because things can change.
Things can always change.
Thank you so much for watching this little longer video. We wanted to get into it because we knew we were going to talk about these books for a long time.
Yeah, because they're faves.
So we have a fun thing planned for our next video. We're going to film it on Monday like we usually do, post it on Tuesday. But we're actually planning to do our first and ever book swap.
So it's going to be books that we both have individually loved, but that the other person still has not read yet. And it'll be like, you have to read this.
So what we're gonna do is we're each gonna
whether you like it or not.
What we're gonna do is we're each gonna pick a book for each other. We're gonna wrap it up, and then we're gonna each open them up on our next video to show what they are. We'll talk a little bit about them, and we're gonna give ourselves two weeks to read those books.
And then we'll discuss.
So 2 weeks from the video, we will.
I think we'll come on and do another video and just talk about what we thought.
Yeah, we can obviously like update as we're doing it. As our weekly videos, but so we got that planned, so that should be pretty fun. So we're excited about that. So we'll film that Monday. I gotta pick my book yet.
I'm still deciding. I feel like I've got an idea between like two.
I know. So stay tuned for that video. You're gonna like it. As always, leave us a comment, please. Like this video. You gotta like it. Everyone who's been watching our videos to the end and have been saying they've been watching them to the end, thank you so much.
Thank you for doing that.
We
can get wordy sometimes.
We are on a mission to monetize our YouTube channel. We're getting there. The main thing we need are those watch hours. So when you watch this video all the way through, that helps us so much.
Yep.
And we appreciate it very much. The growth of our channel has been substantial already, so we're very thankful for everyone watching us blabber about books. I feel like our channel, like our videos could be called blabbering about books, because that's what we do. But we're glad you guys are watching, and we'll see you again soon.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.